Here we're going to look at wipe, transfer, and flow bloodstain pattern interpretation, so be able to tell the difference between these and also what each of these can tell us about what may have occurred at the crime scene. So first off, we have wipe patterns. These occur when an object moves through a wet bloodstain. Feathered edges suggest the direction. So when we're looking kind of here at a wipe pattern, this could be evidence of a struggle, this could be evidence of a body being moved. This is very important to be able to try to look at how that object may have moved, because we knew that when it moved in this wipe pattern, the bloodstain was wet at the time. So this is very fresh and very recent from when the blood was actually deposited in this area. Wipes and swipes pattern may offer some insight into the events at the scene as they were occurring. So investigators should be aware that events during the active scene may disturb previously deposited stains. So it's trying to get the timing or the sequence of what may have occurred. So I said these wipe and these swipe patterns to give us a glimpse at the active crime scene. But keep in mind they might destroy previously deposited evidence. Then we have transfer patterns. So these occur when a wet blade object contacts the secondary surface. Very little blood is needed to produce a stain or to transfer it to the other objects. Mirror images of blade objects is what is produced. Types of patterns can be created by bloody footwear, fingerprints, hairs, and also fabrics. Pattern transfer stains are often overlooked but can provide class or identifying characteristics. In the example here, we're looking at a shoe. This might be able to determine potentially the type of shoe, the type of tread, the type of size. This can tell us some good information. In addition to it just being a bloody kind of transfer pattern, there might be more we can glean from this, and that's why it's important to take pictures, document the size, because it may be used later to kind of connect other pieces of evidence that are found. We also have the pattern transfer evaluation here, where we want to look for patterns within the stain itself. So we want to compare characteristics with any item, class characteristics. So while exact matches are unlikely in this type, because the stain would have to have been created under complex conditions, can provide this class evidence. The goal is to create a range of standards for comparison, as this may be a group of suspect items recovered from the scene, and compare these standards with the stain. And a good example of that would be a shoe print pattern. You might be able to produce some exact same shoe with maybe some exact tread marks, tread wear I should say, but the general tread marks might be able to be used. So again, as a form of class evidence. Now transfer from hair or hair swipe, this is kind of a zoomed in version here. We're looking at a crime scene. If we zoom in on the wall here, we can see this, what the transfer from the hair or the hair swipe blood pattern looks like. This kind of gives just that kind of realistic kind of image on what may have occurred. And remember, this can be used with other things we may find throughout the crime scene to be able to tell the story. Lastly, here we have flow patterns, and this is blood flows from the fundamental laws of physics and gravity and indicate body movement after the onset of blood flow. So this is important because this is often an irregular pattern, or patterns that are different from those to be expected may indicate that the body was moved or an object was in the way. So this can be shown here, where we have an individual sadly bleeding here at the head. Flow pattern, we expect it to fall in this general direction, but we have an object, it may kind of collect around there, might flow around that object. That can give us an idea of placement of things in the room at the time. Here we see kind of the regular kind of flow pattern expected to gravity, and we see it coming in contact with the surface here and adjusting. So again, all of these things taken into consideration can help us develop an idea of what may have occurred at the particular crime scene.